Hey guys. Okay. So let you know what we're doing right now, guys. We're starting a unit called Systems of Equations. This sounds very familiar. In Math 10C, we had a unit called Systems of Linear Equations. So that was when you had two lines, and can you figure out the intersection point between those two lines? So that's going to be the point that satisfies both of those equations. So this unit, we're going to be expanding our practice, except instead of just doing linear equations, we're going to have quadratic equations in as well. So first example, what we're going to do is a bit of review from Math 10C, and we're just going to solve this system graphically. So we have 2x minus y equals 8 and 3x plus y equals 7. This is a system of linear equations because we have this is a linear equation and this is a linear equation over here as well. I'm just going to click my calculator screen here. It's going to take a second. While we're waiting for this over here, I'm just going to, for my graphing calculator, when I get to that example, we need to have each of these equations solved for 8. So I'm just going to figure out what those guys are going to be. So in this case, for the top equation, I'm going to add a y to this side, subtract an 8 to this side over here. So we get 2x minus 8 equals y, and that's equation number 1. And for equation number 2, I'm just going to subtract a 3x to the side over here. So I got y equals negative 3x plus 7. Okay, so this is going to be my equation number 2. So when we see this on this screen here, okay, so we have the red equation, which are 2x minus y equals 8, and our blue equation is 3x plus y equals 7. Okay. So the idea is that any point that lies on this blue line here is going to be a solution to this equation, and then any point that lies on the red equation here will be a solution to this equation over here. This point, 3, negative 2, is the intersection point, which means it lies on the blue line and it lies on the red line as well. So we're looking for the solution of the system of equations. We're looking for the point that satisfies both equations. Okay, so that's going to be this point over here, the intersection point. Now, we can do this on our graphing calculators as well. So I'm just going to go to y equals and clear in what I have here. And the thing is, for this this program to work, you need to have your equation solved for y. Okay, so that's why in this one, we solved for 2x minus 8 equals y and negative 3x plus 7 equals y. So doing that, we have 2x minus 8, that's equation number 1, and then we have negative 3x plus 7, negative 3x plus 7. So we have these two equations here and here. So when we press graph, we're seeing the exact same thing that we saw on the other calculator screen, and we just want to use our calculator. So it looks at this point is 3, negative 2, but we just want to make sure this intersection point is 3, negative 2, and our calculator has a way to do this. We want to press this button calc. So second trace and go down to intersect. Press enter. And then I'm just going to go enter, enter, enter. And we have this point over here. X is 3, y is negative 2. So the way that we're going to write the solution to this system is going to be x, y equals 3, negative 2. Okay, so this is going to be the solution to this system over here. Okay, similar thing. So this is what we call a linear quadratic. There should be a dash right here. So linear and a quadratic. So this is a linear equation over here, and this is going to be a quadratic function over here. So this is a linear quadratic system. Solve this one graphically, we're going to do the same way. So I've already set this up on my Desmos calculator here. So here, our red is our linear function straight line, and the blue is going to be the quadratic. So hopefully you can see here that we're going to actually have two solutions to this system. So we have one point, 4, 5, and then another point, 1, 2, like this. Okay, so those are going to be the two systems, the two solutions to this system. So we have xy equals 1, 2, comma 4, 5. Okay. Now, using our other calculator, so using the graphing calculator you have, we're going to go y equals we're going to clear what we have in here. And the same thing that we have to do, we need to solve both of these equations for y. Okay, so in this one over here, I'm just going to add a y to both sides over here, and we get x plus 1 equals y, and this is equation number 1. And then for the second equation, I'm going to bring this term, and this term over to the other side over here. We got y equals negative x squared plus 6x minus 3. So this is my equation number 2, and these are what we're going to plug into our calculator. So we get x plus 1, and we get negative x squared plus 6x minus 3. Graph, and I think we're going to see the same thing. Yeah, so 1, 2, and 4, 5 are here and here. Second calc, intersect, enter, enter, enter. 1, 2 is here. Second calc, intersect, and scroll over, enter, 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 and we get 4, 5. So they're looking the same way that we got in the other one over here. Okay, so this is a linear quadratic system here. Moving on, same idea. So this is now going to be called a quadratic-quadratic system because we have a quadratic equation here and a quadratic one over here as well. So this is going to give us a another system which is going to have 2 parabolas that we need to solve. And I'm just going to click on this one. So here's my third example. So we have the red graph is this quadratic, and then the blue graph is this quadratic over here. And we're looking for these 2 intersection points here and here. Okay, guys, I'm not going to do the last one on the graphing calculator because it's solving it the exact same way. Okay, but we know that the solution can be negative 5, 4, and negative 3, 4. So just remember on your calculators, you need to solve each equation for y first, plug them into your calculator, and then you can go second calc intersect, get your first intersection point, press it again, scroll to your next intersection point, and enter, 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 and you get that one as well. All right, guys. So in the next lesson, we're going to be moving on and kind of doing some algebraic ways to solve these systems as well. Okay, so we're solving by substitution and by elimination. Now, what I recommend that you kind of use this process for is that this is going to be really good to be able to check your work. Okay, so now on a test or on an assignment, we're going to ask you to solve these ones algebraic, but solving it graphically is always going to be a way that you can check your work. Now, it might take you a couple minutes to do that, but you'll know if your answer is right every time you do that. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video, and take care.